Hey everyone, welcome back, and let's get it going, and talk about the Tuesday, August 27th Major League Baseball betting card, and we are one day closer okay? So we are one day closer to kickoff. I'm going to get my blue and gold going, and I can't wait for what's in store this Saturday. Super pumped, super excited for what's happening. So hope you guys are as well. Just be ready for it. Turn on that notification bell and subscribe, because I will be putting out my Week 1 NFL picks, as well as some of the college football picks that I like within each and every single day leading up to kickoff for those respective days. We're in a funky point of the season where, you got to be careful, watch your schedules, because what happens is there's a lot of kickoff to college football season kind of scheduling affairs where the times are a little different, they're a little wanky, and sometimes you'll get a game on a Sunday night, for example. It's just not the typical, action. And then the schedule that we have where we play, Tuesday, there's some weird games Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the big ones on Saturday. So it's just a different little system that they do for the first week or two of the season. But nonetheless, we're going to give you coverage, and as always, my football best bets. So make sure you guys are all subscribed down below. A couple matters of business. We're this close to 5,000 subscribers, and when that happens, there will be one lucky subscriber that will be getting one of these sent directly to them. That's kind of where we're going to be at. I'm going to run this contest once we hit 5K. I'm not going to close it, but we're going to keep it running, because I have to get more hats made, and B, I have to figure out who's actually doing what. So there's going to be some stipulations, and if you want to know more, I will put a post on the community homepage here on YouTube, and that will be where you can find the instructions to qualify for this event. So that's what we have in announcements, but I do want to touch on yesterday. We have a pretty much another profitable day, 3 and 4. We gave out that Discord play of the day where we had Seattle, and forgive me, I don't know why this says push. Must have been from the other night, but anyways, we had the Discord play come home, Seattle on the money line, and that Discord record is now 9-3 and a push. Technically 10 and 3, but in full transparency, I did give out a 7, and a lot of you guys ended up taking the 7.5, but I gave out the 7, so I want to hold true to the number, and that's kind of why I have that push up there. Always got to keep the positive vibes flowing, good karma only. Okay, but yesterday we took a flyer, took a little stab on the Chicago White Sox money line. That didn't come home, but we did cash within San Diego and the Cubs no-run first inning, which I got to be honest with you guys, that was a little bit shocking to me, because I checked the box scores a little bit later in the evening, and we saw the likes of an 18-8 game, I believe, with the Cubs and Pirates. So a little bit shocking that they didn't score one in the first, but that's why I love that bet, because you can kind of predict the unpredictable, okay, within that. All right, but let's get down into it. Like I said, guys, make sure you subscribe down below if you have not done so, and please hop on over to the Discord where we do talk about picks, sports, every single second of the day. It's kind of a fun little community we got going. Over 500 subscribers on there. And the best part about it is it's totally free, okay? It's just a nice way to shoot the shit. So anyways, let's get into the odds jam, where we're going to go over the first couple games that we have going. Only have 4 bets in today's contest, okay? So bear with me here, because this is kind of a bigger card. I will get into some of the nuts and bolts, and as always, I'll tease the Discord play of the day at some point during this video. So make sure you guys all stick around and watch. Okay. Oakland and Cincinnati. This will be the first game on the card. We have a matchup between Mitch Spence and God knows who for Cincinnati. Okay, so one thing I'm going to tell you guys is that weather will play a role today. Got to check the weather forecast first and foremost when you're handicapping baseball. It's probably the most unique sport in that regard. Football, yeah, but there's only a handful of games so you have to worry about. So you kind of get that feel, and it's football, so you expect the weather to be shitty anyway. So it's almost you look for see when the weather is going to be good. Okay, so baseball, a little different story. A lot of people got some bad beats yesterday. Due to the fact that they had a little postponements across the board, and for some reason, that really screws up the pitcher's flow when they're trying to get ready for a game. I don't think the everyday fan or a sports bettor, for that matter, knows exactly how much work is put into the day-to-day operations to get ready for a baseball game. If you go to work today, you work 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You get a little hour lunch break. That's all fine and dandy. That's your system. That's your routine. Sometimes these players, I mean, it is literally, it's dark when they're in the clubhouse and it's dark when they go home. It's just a crazy. Yeah, there is two sides of that coin where you can go out and get shit housed on a Sunday night and have some time with the boys that share some cocktails and some Miller Lights, whatever it may be. You get to chew at work, all that good stuff. There are some beauties to being part of a baseball a ball club, but for the most part, just being 100% honest, it's harder than my job. And it's all fun and dandy. People say, "Oh yeah, you get to play baseball for a living. You make millions of dollars." Well, yeah, but I will tell you one thing: it's great waking up, going to the ballpark every day, but when you do it over and over and over and over and over, and you have to go, do things, and it's different when you're in the pros and people do it for you, but it can get monotonous at times, just like any other job. So the best thing out there is just find a way to keep things fresh, and for you guys to obviously tell me to quit rambling. I apologize for this. Kind of went on a little bit on a tangent, but cheers, good morning, and welcome back to the Tuesday baseball slate, okay? And that's where we're at. So I'm not going to be betting the Cincinnati-Oakland game. Not right now. I don't like it. If anything, I'd probably be on Oakland on the money line. They're one of my clubs, and Cincinnati at home is a great pick, but I can't get down with teams without pitchers listed for the sake of this video. Okay, and then the next game, let's find every bone in my body to not take the Cleveland Guardians in this bet. I think that dropping 2 in a doubleheader, they're going to be desperate, but not so fast. All right, Gavin Williams, for all intensive purposes, is unfortunately the team in baseball that had the best record for the large chunk of the season, but now Kansas City's gaining ground. I think they're 2 games back, and we look into this game, and normally I would say, yeah, let's get Cleveland on a zigzag, right? Let's bang this, minus 135. But unfortunately, I don't see it happening that easy. And Michael Lorenzen has been fantastic after being acquired by Kansas City. So we're going to attack this game in a form of maybe Bobby Witt has an off night and Kansas City can't score the baseball. So let's look for a lean towards the under, and the first official bet of the channel. Okay, so we are taking the under 9 runs. I think that number is a little too high. I like it at 8.5. So under 9 minus 113 is that best bet available. That's what we'll be taking here in this matchup. All right, and that will be the first best bet. Okay, the next game out there is the Los Angeles Angels and the Detroit Tigers. And sorry for kind of being a little choppy this morning. I'm having some technical difficulties, and with the new kind of office space, it's kind of something where I want to get the picks out early, so we will have this fixed up and more smoother for the next short while. But within this, guys, we have a matchup between Johnny Cueto and Brant Herter. Okay, now this is not the Johnny Cueto of old. In this matchup, Detroit's been kind of on a little bit of a wrecking spree. All right, minus 152 would be where I would lean on this. Detroit minus 1, minus 120. I wish it was a little bit closer to plus money. That'd be where the value is. But I'm not going to play this game. Just there's better bets out there, but it would be a lean towards Detroit. Okay, and then we can hit up the Houston-Philadelphia game, which might be the best pitching matchup of the evening. Okay, Justin Verlander and Aaron Nola. Verlander coming off injury. First game back, didn't really like his start. But it was. Let me actually pull this up for you guys because I don't want to misspeak. Yeah, if I'm correct, I didn't really like his start. 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 earned runs. Yeah, so very middle of the road. If you believe in Verlander to bounce back here, I don't know what his pitch count will be at if he's on a restriction, but Verlander, Nola, that's kind of where we're at in this contest. I see runs. So over 8.5 would be my best bet. Not going to bet it, though, so we're staying away from the Houston-Philadelphia game. Have fun watching that one, guys. I watched the other one last night when I had some fantasy fantasy football draft. And if you guys want to see my teams, make sure you message me over on Discord. I will try to share that, actually post that in the NFL tab. I want to know what you guys think. Okay. All right. Next one is we're going to go into the Yankees-Washington Nationals game. Okay. Put this one up on your screen. This is a game where, quite frankly, I would have loved if we were having a little bit better of a number, okay? And Patrick Corbin Day there in Washington, you can find this number minus 210. That's juicy. In some weird way, I almost want to lay the $2 just to win one unit and take the Yankees straight up on the money line. I do that from time to time, but you really got to pick your shots, and I don't know. I got a weird feeling about this game that the Nationals somehow win this ball game. I'm not going to bet it, but that's why I'm staying away. A lot of you guys want some deeper analysis. Well, there it is. I sometimes just go with the numbers, but the numbers sway my gut more so than anything else. Okay, Blue Jays, Red Sox, next game on the board. Yariel Rodriguez, Cooper Criswell. This is a matchup between two teams that really, quite frankly, in division, you can't really handicap them, okay? And I have some numbers I wanted to share with you guys between these two clubs. And minus 148 for the Red Sox is a very interesting number, okay? Toronto's won 4 of their last 5, the fifth being a push. And Boston, on the other hand, is the complete opposite, okay? So the only metric that you have to really go off of is that the fact that the Yariel Rodriguez seems to be a pitcher that can't win any baseball games when he's getting the start. But I did some deeper. I did some deeper. What would it be? A deep dive or a deeper dive? Anyways, I digress. I did a deep dive into kind of those outings, and when it comes down to it, these two pitchers are basically the same. If you take away all the BS, they're basically the same. So, yeah, I do like Boston on the money line. You look at Boston, they're desperate. They lost 5 straight. There is also kind of a little bit of a betting mantra that you don't bet against a streak to end, for better or worse. So Boston's on a tangent right now. They're faltering, and I think that this may continue through the evening. So if you were going to take a little flyer right now, plus 130, I'm just saying, or even plus 1.5 with the Blue Jays on the run line, that's something where, you look at Yariel Rodriguez, it's a horrible handicap. Definitely the pitching matchup. Definitely home field goes to the Red Sox. But I'm just saying, I don't really think, even though his 5+ ERA on the road, I just don't think he's that far off of Cooper Criswell right now at this moment in time. So I'm just saying that's where the edge is, okay? But we're not going to play it. So you guys are welcome to use that to your advantage. All right. And then we could get into the next game, Braves, Twins, okay? This is a tricky one. All right. This is kind of a little bit of a weird kind of in some form or fashion. Probably some people had some flyers of this being some weird World Series matchup. Simeon Woods Richardson, for the most part, though, has been serviceable. I look for this game to be basically even. If you want to bet something, take the home team minus 103. But this is very much a coin flip game, okay? And a lot of times you can find this plus 1.5, minus 162 for the Twins. That's value at home, getting that 1.5 on the run line at home. I do take that from time to time, but for a coin flip, basically in betting against the Braves lineup, I'm not going to get involved with this one. I would highly recommend that no one else does. And if you were going to attack it, though, look for the likes of the no-run first inning play, even though both of these teams basically are villains to the nrfi, right? They love scoring in the first inning, in my opinion. Okay, so that would be how I would attack it. And then the next game, we are not going to talk about this one too much because I don't have a bell or anything, but I'd love to play a little signal. But this is kind of one we're going to be talking about a little bit later over on Discord. All right, so Dylan Cease, Miles Mikolas, this one is right there, right in front of us. So I will be talking to you guys a little bit later on in the afternoon. Probably around lunchtime, just as always, per usual. All right, 7:45 first pitch, Padres and Cardinals. All right, Giants and the Brew Crew. All right, this is an official play. Simply put, Logan Webb's been fantastic, and I look for him to have some success on the road. Great first outing. I like the value in this, okay? And, guys, this is something where I'd love to pull up the numbers for you, but basically in his last 5 starts, okay, he's went 9 innings, 5.2, 7, 7.2, and 8. Okay, so simply put, we have the advantage, and this is why I'd love to have the outlier up right now, because I could show you some actual graphics coming down from what we have within Logan Webb. But we are going to be taking Logan Webb over his outs. I think this is really juiced up. I shouldn't say juiced up, but it's really juicy, okay? And I like the value here. We're going to show you guys a little bit of this right here on your screen. Right now, this is why you can use oddsjam, and it's, guys, truly the best app available that I do talk about, one of them. And we have plus 128 now, so that number holding true. Bet 365. Look at the value that we can get. This is why I'm betting it. All right, you're getting almost 13 cents higher than any other book out there. But we're taking Logan Webb over 18.5. We need him to go 6 1/3, and that's kind of what we're doing. I think there's some value with that. A low-scoring affair, too, within the Brewers and Giants. As long as he comes out and plays half decent, I think he mows, gets through 6, possibly sniffs 7, but we just need him to get 1 out, okay, in that top frame. So that's kind of where we're at. That'll be official best bet. Logan Webb over 18.5 outs, okay? So 6 1/3 is what we need him to record. All right, now back to the picks. I want to talk to you guys about the next game on the card. This is Texas and Chicago. We can talk about this one a little bit more. We have minus 142 for the Rangers, and on the Texas side of things, I don't trust them on the road. I never do, but they are playing the White Sox. And if you wanted to back them in this spot, very interesting kind of opportunity to take the Rangers minus on the run line at plus 117. You rarely get a opportunity, even though they're playing in Chicago. And I will say, for the most part, Garrett Crochet has been one of the bright spots in this lineup. 180 Ks on the season. So great ladder opportunity if you want to ladder some Crochet strikeouts. But for me, guys, this is a stay-away game because if you could understand from my bet yesterday, I'm kind of leaning and favoring the White Sox just ever so slightly with some momentum, and I don't like Texas on the road. Andrew Heaney's 4-13 on the season. That's a recipe for disaster and a Chicago upset. So just throwing it out there. You guys can do what you want with that pick. Okay, we have a couple of more to talk about. Miami and Colorado. This is where we have Cal Quantrill, Rodri Munoz. This is a over or nothing for me. 10.5 though at minus 142. Not going to get involved. You can find a 10 at around minus 140. I think that might be entertainable. Hell, we could even find the 11.5 right now. ESPN bet taking the under minus 130. That's an avenue worth exploring, okay? 11.5, there's some value on the under there, but over 10.5, possibly a little arbitrage opportunity if the juice aligns, but that will be how I play that game if I was going to bet it. New York Mets, Diamondbacks, completely different team in the city of New York, but that's kind of where we're at within this matchup. Diamondbacks or nothing. They've been on fire. Now they come home. Eduardo Rodriguez has been very good going against Sean Manaea. I look for this game potentially to have a little bit of an onslaught. Okay, I could see there being over 8.5, and I could see the Diamondbacks winning at home. Just kind of where I'm at within that handicap. Okay, and then we can head out to a rematch now between Tampa Bay and Seattle. We roll over that for the Discord play of the day. That was a Randy Arozarena, and that's how I like to say his name. That's probably not how you pronounce it, but that's neither here nor there. And Randy coming home, facing his old ball club, hit a little 3-run jack, sealing the deal with that 5-1 or 5-2 win that the Mariners had over the Rays. And within this, I think this is where they go right back to it. Jeffrey Springs and Logan Gilbert battling here. Minus 145. This is kind of how I bet baseball, though, and you guys could probably pick up on this. Yes, I like Seattle every night. I'm sorry, not every night. Yes, I like Seattle another night. Okay, I like them tonight. I like them to win, but not so fast because we have to have discipline. At minus 145, you just have to kind of use law of averages. We took Seattle minus 125 last night. Why am I paying 20 cents more in a potential where, it's very hard to win back-to-back games more times than not, statistically speaking, right? The Dodgers have the best lineup in baseball, the best whatever, but they can't win every game. It's going to happen. So you can't set yourself up for defeat, laying big numbers, taking them in every single contest. So, like I said, like the Mariners, not laying $1.45. That's kind of where I'm at. All right, and then the last game on the card will be an official play. We are going to bang the Dodgers team total. One of my go-to bets, my kind of old faithful, if you will. We're taking the Dodgers team total over 4.5. This one's going to move a little bit, but we can find it minus 130 right now. We have a very, very, very good matchup with Cole Irvin. I think that Cole Irvin gets his doors beat off, I think, today. That's just kind of how I'm going to bluntly say it. But this is just a baseball play on kind of I think a tattered lefty going out there, and nothing against Cole Irvin, but there has been a few outings that he's kind of let me down on. But as of lately, I think he's been pitching decent. But if you look at this, against some of the better hitting baseball clubs, right? Padres is my key example, and that's kind of what we're going to go with, okay? And even the Mets for that matter, but in Oakland, I think those are 3 ball clubs that can hit the baseball fairly well. They've all had 5+ hits, 5 runs, 4 runs, and 2 runs, respectively, in 4 innings of work, okay? I don't really trust Baltimore's bullpen really too much, and I think that the Dodgers get out to a hot start. I do like the Dodgers. I'm not going to lay the minus 186, so a lot of the reason why I take Dodgers team totals a lot is because if they're going to win, they're going to win by 2 runs, and I just don't like laying the run line every single time, and $1.86 is just a little too steep for me to be paying on the money line. So kind of a little bit of hey, I like the Dodgers to win. They're going to score some runs. Let's just get that 5th run and just check all the boxes, okay? That's kind of how I attack that in that form, okay? But that'll about do it. That's the last game on the card. Here are my 4 best bets. We're getting kind of crazy. We're running hot, and staying disciplined is number 1, but sometimes you got to shake things up. So we're going to throw in a pitcher prop. We're going to throw in another nrfi, going back to the well, the old faithful Cubs Pirates no-run first inning. I actually don't think I talked about that. I might have skipped over that game, but nonetheless, we are going to take the same pick we took yesterday. We're going back to Cubs Pirates, no-run first inning. Love that. Pirates at home, always going to be on that nrfi more times than not. And let's cash it again. Hopefully we don't get an 18-8 performance, but I think this is where they've put an emphasis on command and pitching in that regard, and I think that we get a few shutdown innings to start off that game. So those are my best bets. Guys, please, we're getting close. We're getting really close to 5K. Subscribe down below if you haven't done so. Something where, that's yesterday's. Oh, shoot. Subscribe down below if you have not done so, and I want to share with you guys a couple other things on that front. Forms of announcement, links down below for oddsjam and outlier if you want to sign up. Grab some betting tools. If you're in a daily fantasy, check out both of those. I do have promo codes, so you have a discount in that regard. Also, channel memberships. Follow me on X, all that good stuff. Discord. We're really starting to pick up steam, and if you couldn't tell from this video, I'm a little bit taxed right now. This is the second one of these. Dad fuel, fired up for this day. And the reason why is because we're out there grinding. College football, there's a shit ton of teams in college football. So I'm going to do that members-only live stream where we will be breaking down power rankings of divisions as well as conferences and some of my futures and outlooks for the regular season for football season, as well as just getting ready every day for baseball. That's a job in itself. If you guys play daily fantasy baseball, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Spend a lot of time with all that, but I do recommend if you guys want to bet baseball and bet it well, get into a paid daily fantasy football league paid daily fantasy baseball league, because I think by doing so, it keeps you up to date. You learn about farm systems, bullpens, all that good stuff, and it helps you make more informed decisions and understand the numbers, because quite frankly, a lot of times you wake up, you don't really understand why is this team minus 180 right now. They don't deserve it. They shouldn't be. And then you go, oh, okay, well, they're throwing out, a kid just walked out of his backyard and off his sofa, and he's making a start off at AAA. That's what it all comes down to. That's why you got to do all the research. That's why I talk to you guys, and yeah, I'm a little bit off script today, but hey, it is what it is. We're going to get it done, and those are my best bets. Appreciate you all. Subscribe down below, and we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.